Hello, Alison McGilvray. You were the lucky recipient of my last assignment, and you'll be the proud receiver of this masterpiece. At least I hope it's you. And if it is someone else, hello! Today I'm going to be covering some effective communication strategies for policing. This includes what you should do and should not do. And it's in video form, so it should be super exciting or super disappointing. This entire introduction leads me to my first point, keeping on topic. Sure, it's lots of fun to ramble and talk about nonsense,
but as an officer, there needs to be meaning behind your words.
You can't just flap your lips and say whatever. It's not like you're in a video with a ton of leeway. The next thing you need to use is plain English.
But Nars, what is plain English?
Thanks for asking, Mum. Plain English is talking to someone on a level they can understand. It's not using technical jargon to confuse the person. It's only giving enough analogies and examples to cement the topic, not confuse it. For example, Amy, can you please pass me Douglas Engelbart's invention?
What?
This is how it should have went. Amy, can you please pass me the mouse? Thank you. Now you have mastered using plain English. You can now move on to using non-verbal language. Did you know that only 20% of what you say is actually received by the person, while the other 80% is all non-verbal?
That's a whole lot of non-verbal. Non-verbal language is so important, it can decide whether someone will even listen to what you are saying. There are three main ways to show good non-verbal language. 1. Eye contact. Giving eye contact to a person shows that you are honest. It can also show that you're confident in what you're saying.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Although, overdoing it can be just as bad.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
2. Posture. Good posture when someone is talking to you shows that you're interested in what they're saying. If you're not confident, people will start to undermine what you're saying.
Wait, man, I need you to stop.
No.
I'm an officer of the law. Get in the car.
3. Facial expressions. Facial expressions help you exaggerate your emotions towards something. I like your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Just like eye contact, if this is overdone, it can look, interesting.
I like your hair.
Oh my god, thanks. I haven't heard that in so long.
The next item on the agenda is confidence. Confidence can be just as important as non-verbal language. It is important to be confident when talking to someone and explaining things. Confidence can be shown through both verbal and non-verbal behaviour.
Can you point me to the nearest bus stop?
Yeah, you just go down Bernard's Road and turn left. Past Macca's. You should see it first thing.
Thanks.
So now you are speaking with plain English, you have flawless non-verbal language, and you're the most confident person in Australia. Now, time to get prepared. Preparation is an important part of any conversation. Preparation for a conversation can usually be done in 3 different ways. Way number 1, preparing what you're going to say. This can be done over a matter of hours. For example, if you know you have to resolve an issue at work, or a matter of seconds. For example, if someone stops you on the street and asks for help. The old think before you say really applies here. Number 2, preparing for a response. You can prepare for a response by giving yourself a rough idea of what the person is going to say. You can get this idea by paying attention to the person's body language. For example, if someone looks angry, you should prepare for an angry response.
She looks angry. I must prepare for an angry response.
A quick warning, be careful not to put people in boxes. Always having an expectation on what someone's going to say. Surprise you when it's different. This in turn will make you unprepared. Sort of ironic how being prepared can make you unprepared. Number 3, preparing for a situation. Preparing for a specific situation can help you deal with it when it arrives. For example, if you're having an argument with your partner and you leave in a huff, so you can prepare yourself for the situation at home. This can help you cool down, which is actually a good strategy for policing, but we'll get to that later. A good way of preparing yourself is researching the cultures you may meet. From a different culture may create a communication barrier. Understanding these barriers can help you combat them. But what does all of this have to do with effectively communicating as an officer of the law? Well, in short, everything. But because this is an assignment, I guess I'll flesh it out. As an officer, you don't know what type of person you're going to be talking to. And being an officer, it is important to withhold stereotypical judgment. So rather than talking to every person differently, it is important to use plain English. When addressing an offender, or even a suspect, it is important for your verbal and non-verbal language to be firm and confident. If you're speaking to anyone on duty and you act timid and unsure of yourself, the person you are talking to is not going to take you seriously. I guess that sort of addresses confidence as well. But anyway, confidence is key. And if you are not confident with something, step back from the situation, do a quick assessment, and either talk to your partner if possible and tell him you're not confident in what you're doing.
Look man, I don't know about this. I'm not feeling very confident.
Don't worry, I'll be out there. I got you back.
Or fake it till you make it. It is important that you prepare yourself as an officer. You may find yourself at the scene of a car crash. You need to prepare yourself for what you could possibly witness. This will minimize the mental toll on the brain. It is also important to prepare yourself when you're talking to a suspect or offender. Of course, preparing for it, it all depends on what situation you're talking to the offender or suspect in. But generally, you should have an outcome you want for the conversation, and you should pursue it. Some officers may find it difficult to remember what they need to talk to a suspect about. A good way to prepare yourself is to bring yourself a pen and notepad so then you can jot down what you need to say to the suspect. If the situation doesn't allow this, then you should make at least mental notes. The same goes for with taking notes. Effective communication isn't just for talking to suspects or offenders either. This also applies when talking to fellow officers, and you also need to be confident when communicating with your partner. Another place you need confidence is if you are training other officers. If the training officer doesn't seem confident in what they're teaching, the officers in training will probably dismiss it. A good way to look at it is you may have all the knowledge in the world, but if you can't convince somebody else that the knowledge you have is true, then it's completely useless. In some situations, you won't be able to verbally communicate with your partner, and you'll have to rely on your non-verbal communication skills.
Well, that's about all the strategies you can cram into such a short video. Hopefully you can apply some of these strategies to your everyday life. Thanks for watching!